Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Breathe Life and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video on my channel. I talk about how I was able to grow my type 4 hair to hip length, which I hope will be able to help you. I also discuss true crime stories and anything that interests me at the moment that I would like to share with you. In today's video, I'll be discussing the two missing boys from California City named Orrin and Orson West, ages 3 and 4. This story has been on my mind for days. I check for updates every day and I think about this case every day. I go to sleep thinking about this case every day. I decided that it would be a good idea to share this story with you guys so that I can spread awareness about this case. So let's get right into it. Orrin West, who is age 4, and Orson West, who is age 3, are the adoptive children of Trazell and Jacqueline West. Their original names are Classic and Sincere, but Trazell and Jacqueline changed their names upon adopting them. The reason why the children were removed from their original home is a really long story, which I'm going to condense a little bit. So from the research that I've done, the children were removed because one day mom came home and noticed that Orrin wasn't acting like himself. So she took him to the doctor where they discovered that he had a fractured bone in his leg. So because of that, CPS became involved. Mom had no idea how this happened. She was told to take parenting classes because of that. And also they found out that she smokes marijuana, but she did have a marijuana card. From what I have gathered, they took her children away. Orrin was taken away, and as a result of the stress that mom was going through, she delivered Orson prematurely, and he was taken away as well. CPS decided that it was the best decision for both children to be taken away and placed in the care of Trazell and Jacqueline West. On December 21st, they reported that Orrin and Orson had been gone missing from their yard. So check out the interview right here.
We just want to thank everyone in the community for all the support we've seen. We've felt so helpless. And seeing everybody out here really looking and helping out really means a lot.
So, tell us what happened the night the kids went missing.
Okay.
From our yard.
Okay.
Red flag number 1, the parents' body language. As you can see, the father is basically hugging himself, which is a sign of self-soothing. If you're familiar with the Chris Watts case, that's exactly how he was standing with his hands crossed when he was lying about his missing family. Meanwhile, he had murdered them. So it's very concerning to see Trazell West in the interview with the same body language. And you can see Jacqueline swaying back and forth as if she is nervous. And that was the first red flag. As soon as I saw their body language, I'm like, okay, something is fishy.
It was cold. I was going to make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I opened up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest two would go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. We keep them close. So I was playing with chalk, and I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see him there.
While the father is telling the story, he just says a lot of things that don't even make sense. Okay, because I'm just thinking about it like this. As any parent, if somebody told you, okay, so what happened? How did the children go missing? Most people, I would think, would say, I was in the yard and then I stepped inside for a minute, and when I came out, the children were gone. And then I realized the gate was open, so I think, maybe somebody took them or maybe they escaped the yard. I'm not sure. That's how I would think you would tell the story. But instead, the adoptive father, Trazell West, starts talking about the weather. The first thing he was like, so it was cold and I was going to make a fire and I was chopping wood. It's like all these unnecessary details. Like it was cold, I was chopping wood, I was going to make a fire, and then blah, 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 blah. And I don't like the kids to play on the dirt, and I keep them close. It's just like he's just telling all these unnecessary details as if he knows that he's wrong.
Hadn't pan out. I got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this street. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names. Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there. He didn't see me.
The lack of emotion. You don't see any tears. There's no signs that they're frantic. There's no signs that they're panicking. Even though the dad states that he panicked, in the interview you can see that there are no signs of emotion. It's as if they don't even care. I've seen people more worried about their dog that has ran away than these parents are about their missing children.
So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops. It's getting dark and I need help. We gotta get going. So I called the cops. Cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us. And they had us just sitting there and we wanted to keep searching. But everybody came out in droves, and I wanted to thank you guys that night, but we couldn't go outside.
The cops told us the best are out here.
The best are out here searching. And we appreciate it, and nobody ever could tell, we could never talk to anybody. And that was the issue.
We just want to thank everybody.
We really want to thank you guys.
Please, if anybody has seen them, please call, let somebody know.
Call the cops, call California, the city police department. Call them and let them know what you've seen, if you see anything. Our boys, they are going to be rambunctious, okay? They are going to be here in this area. And I really would like to go in the houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know if make sure. That's it. Because I don't, go ahead, I'm sorry. If you got any questions.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Another red flag is the way that the story was delivered. The dad, before he delivered the story, he just took a deep breath and he's like, okay. And it just seemed like it was very rehearsed. The acting was really terrible. It was bad. What do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me, what do you think about the way that the story was told? A lot of things about the story doesn't make sense.
I was just going to say, this is the first time we're hearing from you guys, and I can't imagine what you guys are going through. I can't even fathom it. For you guys, for people who are thinking that there's some kind of foul play involved, we just spoke to the biological mother. She says she had a conversation with you guys, and that she thinks there's some kind of foul play involved. That she thinks you guys did something.
And that's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly the point. And if we can find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want is to find our babies. That's it. And I talked to her this morning, and I really wanted to tell her that I am completely sorry because we were entrusted with her children, and they came to us, and they became our children. And we named them, and they are our children, and so we want them back.
Another thing is when the dad says that when he went inside, the children were outside, but then he went back out, the children weren't there, then he went back in. My first instinct as a parent, if when I went in, the children were outside and I go back inside and I don't see them, my first instinct is to go outside of the gate, look around, run around the block, to check, that would be my first instinct. It wouldn't be my first instinct to go back inside the house. What do you guys think? I think that's a bit weird. When Trazell said the kids were missing, as a mom, wouldn't you want to go outside and look for your kids? At no point in the story does he mention that she goes outside to search. She doesn't go outside to search. She just stays inside. It just doesn't make sense. It took Trazell approximately 6 minutes to search for his children. 6 minutes goes by like this. I mean, I've taken more time to search for my dog when he escaped from my yard, okay? 6 minutes? That's how much the children meant to you for you to search for them for 6 minutes? The whole story doesn't add up. The whole story is very fishy. Honestly, something is off and something is not right about this story. On video, it shows the dad going around during the 6-minute search. He just goes around one block. It just seems like he's just going through the motions just in case there's cameras so he could say, yes, I did the search. He just goes around one corner and then returns to the house and just stays in front of the house for 13 minutes, which is longer than the time that he took to search for the kids. He waits for the police. And the whole time, Jacqueline is inside and she doesn't even come out until the police come. Something ain't clean in the buttermilk, as they say. And the way that the mom just goes along with it and they just reflect what each other is saying is just completely off. And I think that anybody with common sense, when you watch this video, you realize that something is not right and these people are being dishonest. That is my opinion and I'm sticking with it. I believe that Trazell and Jacqueline are being completely dishonest and I'm wondering what has really happened to these children. A lot of people have different ideas as to what happened to these children. Here are some theories that I have read. Trazell or Jacqueline became frustrated with the children. Maybe there was excessive corporal punishment and they accidentally killed one of the children and then they tried to take the life of the other one just to shut them up. Some people feel like these children were sex trafficked and they were sold for money. Another theory is that perhaps the children were left in a hot vehicle and passed away and the parents tried to cover it up. The other theory is that the parents just got tired of them and sold them. These are some of the theories that are floating around. I don't know what to think about what has happened. All I know is that my instinct, my common sense, and my analysis tells me that these parents are not being honest. The home was searched. They dug up the backyard. Police did not find any bodies. And this case is still being investigated. If there are any updates and you guys want to hear more, I will definitely come back with a part 2. If you are also aware of this case and you have some thoughts, leave it in the comment section below. But I really hope that these children are found. I hope that everything comes to light and I hope that these children are safe and sound. So in your prayer time, please don't forget to say a prayer for Orson and Orrin West so that they will come back home safe and sound. So guys, that's it for today. I will see you in the next video. In the meantime, have a blessed one. Bye.